Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. If you're looking for PTCG live codes, make sure you check out the Potown store. You can get a 5% discount on your orders using that code OmniPoke. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Raging Bolt in the Destined Rivals format. You may notice there are no new cards coming out in this expansion that help Raging Bolt, but its meta positioning is still quite interesting. In fact, with Grimsnarl EX coming out from Destined Rivals, there's now 3 or 4 Stage 2 decks that love to just fling damage around and munkidori, so being a one-hit KO deck is a really good deal because you give your opponent no free damage to play with. They have to generate it all themselves, which is a bit of a headache really. And I think Raging Bolt is still one of the decks that is solid enough into the Dragapult and pretty decent into the new Grimsnarl deck. So it really creates a pocket for itself in the metagame for being one of the low to the ground, consistent decks in formats that has that beat stick potential to get through the decks that really rely on tanking and staying healthy throughout the game. The deck list in front of you is very similar to Christian's top 4 list as of late in the previous Portland Regional Championships. The only difference is I've cut the Countercatcher and the Iono for Pal Pad and another card that I can't remember. I think it is just another Ball Search. Yeah, it's an extra Ultra Ball. Just because the Ball Search is really important, you know, you need to get that Fan Rotom early. Ditto is improved as long as you have additional Ball Search in your opener, because then you can get the Lati and get it into the active and whatnot. And every time you see additional Ball Search cards, you can just get even more things into play because you want more Hoots, Teal Mask, oftentimes getting an Ancient Mon down early, especially the Baby Bolt. These are all great things for you. So just having a surplus of Ball Search is never a bad thing, especially because we want to lower our hand size for constant restarts and reloads, that sort of thing. And Ultra Ball is an enabler to unlock Sada as a draw supporter for us earlier on in the game. Whereas oftentimes you'll start with Crispin because it just guarantees those energy out of the deck, rather than like a Sada dig and pray sort of situation that you can sometimes have with the draw 3. We're on the slightly higher side of the grass energy with no energy retrieval. That's because Crispin works really nicely with Teal Mask Ogerpon specifically, with Dragazard making a comeback and with Grimsnarl making a comeback, so having that physically high count of grass energy is slightly preferred for me, and having that 3 Night Stretcher because we're thin on the Bolt, and then we have just like a plethora of Pokemon that you want to pull out and recover throughout the entire game. But yeah, a simplistic build. The Judge is really good for being disruptive as well in the mix because you're very good at taking that early game prize, be it with Baby Bolt or be it with Fan Rotom. If you can Judge at the same time, you can very often buy a free second prize, and we know that Bolt is very good at then taking prizes for 3, 4, and then 5 and 6, back to back with high damage output KOs. The Pecharunt EX is the one card that sort of stands out. That's trying to protect ourselves around the corner strategy of Maractus, which can be in Grimsnarl, it can be in some straight Dragapult builds, and some other just like disruption style decks. So having a way around that, it looks unintuitive, right? Because the Pecharunt can only move the Fez, but the Fez is a free retreat as long as you have a Lati in play. So you can have all 3 of these Pokemon in play, and then you can just pivot to your Fezandipiti. It also helps you Bloodmoon that little bit earlier as well. Sometimes you can even Crispin Bloodmoon and get an extra energy on it, so you might be Bloodmooning a couple of times with the deck, knowing that you have Pecharunt to get in and out of the Bloodmoon very easily as well, and you can launch that attack multiple times. You also have the Prime Catcher, of course, that can help do that, but the Pecharunt is essentially a way for you to get around a Itchy Pollen as well. Sometimes you'll see Countercatcher Itchy Pollen on the Noctowl, and essentially your options are to have Pecharunt in your deck, or to have something like Turo Scenario in your deck. Oftentimes as well, like you can draw Crispin and pay retreat out of your Noctowl, but you don't always have your optimal attacker lined up. But the Petch is just another way of like prepping your board proactively to then be like, oh, you can trap Noctowl if you want, but I'm just already representing pivot Fez, move into Lati, and then move into what I want. So it just really shuts the door on some avenues your opponent might take to try and slow you down during the game, which is one of the intriguing parts of the deck. And of course, because of Area 0 Underdepths, that's opened up for us. But yeah, overall, consistent archetype, low to the ground, and a decent list that we've seen over the last couple of tournaments. What could go wrong? Raging Bolt's still a great deck in this format. So we are able to go first, which is the priority for this deck, because we have a Noctowl engine, and Fan Rotom T1 is pretty much all we ever ask for. We have a Baby Bolt start, but we don't have any energy to go alongside it, which is a small shame. And it's the Rockets deck. Okay. Hoothoot is a decent start. I might be drawing a bunch of cards here with Mew. Got to think about. Thing is, I don't want to remove too many stadiums when you're up against the Rocket deck. So maybe I just Nest Ball the Fan. An Ultra Ball for Teal, and don't draw any cards and just rely on Jewel Seeker next turn. It's a little rough. The good news is I can Thunderburst Storm for 60 and it's good, so I can just Crispin next turn. Don't need to get to the 90 that you often have to get to. Let's call out some chaps. Knowing that typically Rocket only plays like 1 or 0 INO, and normally I can hold a hand like this. Do I want to put down the Teal now? I probably should. Just in case they Iono. It's always going to be my opening Ultra Ball anyway. The only thing it lets me do is like I could have Jewel Seekered for the Vessel for T2, and then had that lining up the Sada a little smoother. That was the only debate. Maybe I was wrong too, honestly. There's the first factory. Transceiver, probably for Proton, I would imagine. Yes, it is. And the Rockets deck is in full flow. There's a Mewtwo and a couple Tarantula. Factory gets the +2. They're able to Ultra Ball here as well. Tossing a Grass and an Articuno. Grabbing another Mewtwo. Wow, putting 2 big Mewtwo's down straight away against Bolt is pretty bold, but there we have it. Nest Ball's a decent draw. We definitely want to replace Stadium, we know that. We definitely want to Crispin. Maybe Crispin Vessel, honestly. That discards an energy for me and cycles the deck more. Gets me Teal dancing. So we will Crispin for these 2. Lightning to hand, then we'll discard it with the Vessel. Grab 1 back and a Grass. Swing the Lightning on, do our dance. Do a little dance. Pretty juicy, honestly. Mew is good to throw in, and I think Fez is good too. I could just take a Bolt. It's like the classic, I want a Hoot, I want a Teal, I want a Bolt, and I end up taking a Fez just to try and be a catch-all option. Let's restart for 1. And I'll keep Noctowl open and just take a bench boy. Sada is a decent prize to take. We are walking into an Archer, which is why I like the Mew Fez coming down so promptly. They're just going to go Ariana though. Drawing up to 8. They do need a bit of help here. If Spidops is going to Rocket Rush KO, they need a couple more Bench Mons and a turn attachment. Oh, sorry, one more Bench Mon. Plus a turn attach. Getting rid of a Proton and a Giovanni. There's another Tarantula. Looks like they might be getting there. A lot of discards to make it happen, but still making it happen, which is the most important thing. 2 Giovanni already gone. So they're holding probably Transceiver or Ariana if they're turn attaching active here. They're sad facing because they have to spend a Rocket's energy, but that's fine. Don't know why they're sad face emojing that. And there's the Rocket Rush. Okay. Right. I'm gonna start with the flip the script. I think I don't think I can play my hand down enough to make Mew worthwhile unless I want to put the Slither Wing down. I want this to be Raging Bolt EX, maybe 2 honestly, and start revving them up. And more Teal Dance. So I think I need the space for other things. I'll start with Fez. Okay. Well, that's Bolt number 1. We can start by drawing, but I may put Slither Wing down just to get more energy in circulation here. That's the next question. If I want to keep the Noctowl open still and just get Slither Wing cards, I think that's fine. Lightning and Fighting. We can Teal Dance. We can attach. Don't think I need to Pal Pad Sada. I might still want Judge for later. Let's go with the Bellow. And I'm going to try and spread as much as I can. Alright, we're on even prizes. I imagine they have Ariana or Transceiver from last turn, because they discarded backup Ariana. So they're holding one of these for sure. It's the Transceiver. Is it going to be Archer? No, it's Ariana. They're really digging to find multiple Spidops and a turn attachment here. Well, there's one. Rocket's Mimikyu is fine. They're just cooked. They can't beat a Bolt from there. Oops. Alright, going first again, which is nice. And we have the Fan Tom start. And it's Draga. Let's see what build it is. We'll take our freebie. Alright, they kick things off with a munkidori. And we're going to do our fan call. We can go Ditto here. Nest Ball for Latias. Turn into Teal. I think that's reasonable. Let's have a look at our other stuff. We have Boss. We don't have Judge, which is a shame. Judge is normally a good card to launch into the stage 2s. We have prized 2 Lightning and a Fighting. Okay. So I have to be really careful with that. Really careful. Let's make a mask. And let's make some hoots. And we'll pass it there. Holding Ultra Ball so that I can Noctowl for Vessel and do the discard shenanigans. You know the drill. Alright, let's pop in for Budu and Dreepy. If they go this direction, we can always Crispin and attack with Fan Rotom, right? Iono is going to shuffle our Owl away. We get back into an Owl, though. We get Owl Energy Stadium as well. So I can Assault Landing with no issue. Oh, they make double Budu. They're committing to pollen over a couple turns. I'll respect it. Okay. Ooh, Crispin, not bad. I think I will thin the Fighting Energy, I suppose. Grass to hand, Fighting on board, and we'll dance. And if they don't dance, I think I will walk straight into a Stamp, because I have Mew, and I have nothing else anyway, so... Let's eat the fattest unfair Stamp of all time. There's a Jacques, so they can get their cloaks online. Let's see some reconnaissance. And again. Is it just a pollen here? Energy's big. See an Ultra Ball as well. get rid of Dreepy, so they're trying to get a Dusknoir involved here, or are they a straight Pult? Ooh, there's a Fez. We like that. We love to see that. Flip the script. Watchtower. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Hehe. Let's Teal dance, I suppose. Oops, all items. Let's assault landing. Items and owls both shut down right now. Our opponent is bullying us. They have a pretty nasty counter catch, take 3 if they want. And then next turn they represent win with Mew plus Hawlucha. This could get out of hand real quick. The only good news if they try and take win over 2 turns is that it opens up 2 bench spaces for me. That's the only good news. The bad news is that it takes 3 energy off the board. Here we go. Yep. Yep. See Rescue Ball to Monkey. Jacques is going to come in for their Dragapult. That's Dragazard. There's a Zard in there somewhere. That's the twist. Very twisty. Alright, Phantom Dive. Yep, they're taking off all the energy and setting up win with Hawlucha. Okay. Well, we have items, that's the good news. Let's start with Fez, because that's about the only thing I can draw cards with. I could also attempt to grab another Mon out. The issue is, like, I really don't want to draw into Pokemon. Yeah, oops. If I take... The only way I take a KO, though, is with my bench expanding. Like, I never KO anything else. Unless I draw, like, Sada, an exactly prime catcher. So I think I need to put down a Teal here. Knowing that I'm probably not taking prizes and then just slamming a Judge. Let's have a look. If we high roll Stadium, we're in Biz. We're not in Biz yet. Okay. He said yet, everyone. Why did he say yet? Let's try this next. Ooh. I mean, I can owl now, but I still don't have bench space to do anything meaningful. But I think jamming, hold both owls, and just play the Judge is my play. Depth's Ultra Ball for next turn is incredibly good. I still have to give him one of these, right? Because if I let him punch any of my other guys, he can then put damage enough on these to just win. So I just have to do this. And pass. They only have one recon. Arven isn't that scary. Poffin Bravery. Charming Fez, okay. Energy to Cloak makes sense. Poffin Charmanders makes sense. And they're going to take the 1. And I guess they just put 1 on each of these and 3 here. Yeah, more or less the same. Okay. Right. So we know we can Noctowl. And we know that Sada's better than Crispin here. And we know I want Area 0 down. So that I can get more men out. We'll start like this. The only issue is I don't want to get rid of Vessel because I only have 1 lightning in the deck and I still need to find that guy. So I guess I keep Vessel. And we grab our Noctowl. And we just take Nest Prime. And then dig for the Sada because I have 4 of them. Because I really want to take out the Fez, right? Because I don't want to get him Candy Zarding. Boss already wins the game. Maybe it's just Nest Sada and guarantee things. Let's work with guarantees, shall we? I will, however, restart here for 1. And then we'll CR3. And then we'll Vessel. And C1. Let's Sada. Yeah, I don't see much else. I can't Prime. So we're giving him Fezdraw to beat us with Boss, Energy, Pulse, or Candizard beats us as well. Ugh. We actually have high odds of taking lightning off the prizes, right? Yeah. I'm not feeling good about this one. The only good news is they don't have Counter Catcher. That's the only thing I can think that's like, oh, that's going well for us. But they do beat us in a couple ways here. There's the flip. And the recon. These aren't actions that win the game on the spot. Are they having to Iono us back here? That would be sweet. Iono from them. And they're rodding back a Pult and a Fire. Okay. Staying active? Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're getting close. I guess I Night Stretcher and Energy then. We definitely bring up the Fez. And we're definitely drawing 2. Not quite. These all have such high retreat. Why do they all have such high retreat? Oh, I have the Latias. Yeah, it's fine. So here's the thing. I can burst Raw and have really good odds to win next turn. But then he can beat me with Zard still. So I think I need to retreat into this guy and just rely on restarts. In restart, we trust. It's too easy for Zard to beat me. There is a Charizard. Do they have Boss as well? Please, no. Please. Oh, it's brutal. It's so brutal. Oh, that's so rough. Man, almost beating a Watchtower build. Sad. So close. Alright, Raging Bolt is one of the few decks in format that does like to go first, because we're a Noctowl engine. So we look to use Fan Rotom turn 1, and there he is. And also, establishing an energy attachment onto Baby Bolt is oftentimes a really good option as well. Not that we have that in this opener, but that's another reason why we like it. Our opponent is playing Miraidon, and that is one of our bread and butter matchups. We love to see that. We can't get any Ditto shenanigans pop in unless I Ultra Ball Lati now, but I think I want the Ball Search to be a Ancient Mon anyway, and I'll probably want it to be after a Sada. Like I want to Noctowl for Vessel so I can activate Sada. So I keep the Ultra Ball in hand and just grab these. Pop them down, pop down Teal, and hold the rest of the hand. Seems good. Not ideal, but good enough. The opponent is going to tandem units, Joltik and Peak. And they're then going to Nest Ball, another Peak. See a Pokegear for an Arven. And that means they should be able to pivot into their Joltik now for the turn 1 Jolting Charge. The good news is, next turn, we can Prime catch a Slither Wing KO. So that's pretty good. In fact, it's devastating. It's the reason why the matchup is pretty good for us. Alright, Peak and Peak both powered up. Let's Dual Seek. Let's make sure Slither's in here, yeah. So Vessel lets us discard energy, and I think I do just want Prime from there. It's like I could Dual Seek again. But I do need the... oh no, I have the Ultra Ball for the Slither. So I Vessel, I get rid of an energy. Plus that guy. But I prized Prime. Okay. Let's get rid of Fan Rotom and have another look. With Prime prized, I think it's Baby Bolt time. Actually, I could Fan Rotom poke one of these Pikachus because they haven't set up a guy. I need Teal Mask for one first. Then we're going to Ultra Ball away. Baby Bolt and Energy. I think we are just using Noctowl 2 here. Grabbing Stadium plus something. Stadium plus Nest, I think. Because we don't have the easy Prime Catcher KO, Shake My Hand. So I can poke a Peak. Then their best players like attach Boss KO. And I should be able to have a response to that pretty easily with Sada's. So let's Dual Seeker. Grab Nest Ball Stadium. Stadium's good. Boss. Prod. Is fine, I think. I could just hold everything. I can put Bloodmoon down, I suppose. And we'll just prod. They might just retreat here and Jolting Charge up again. Or they can go boss hunting a 2-prizer here. All of this because I can't do the easy slithery play. Slithering in. Sneaky little slither. Because our A-Spec's prized. Alright, they are attaching to Peak. Is Teal Mask getting binned off here? Yes, it is. Okay. In the bin. We can go big bolts still. They can go Pikachu for another 2, and then Bloodmoon is their like end game, right? But I will go Slither Wing into them, and I'll only have Bloodmoon on the board if I don't put down any more stuff. That's reliant on the Sada hitting, though. So now I definitely can lose now because I'm putting down another Bloodmoonable KO for them. We have found the vessel. Maybe the Bloodmoon bench was... Oh no, the Bloodmoon bench isn't the problem here. The ideal scenario is next turn I can Slither KO. And Slither KO doesn't give them Fez draw. So it should be hopefully hard for them to Bloodmoon. And Gust. There's Fez. I can always prime Bloodmoon Judge his Fez now as well. Now I can't do that. Okay. But the good news is they didn't get out Mew, and I can get around Fez. So if I can Slither him, we could still be in good shape here. The first one I need to put down is Teal, though. For the space. Then we'll dance. Okay, so I have Night Stretcher Bloodmoon back now. Prime KO with no engine on board. They have to raw find Gust plus Bloodmoon. They've played 2 Boss, 2 Gear, and Arven. If feel like that's more winning than Slither KO, honestly. Slither KO with a 7-card hand. Yeah, I think Bloodmoon's best here. We do need to Pal Pad boss next turn as well, because they can just go into the Joltik or the Peak. So I need to work towards Pal Pad as well. Or I can put down... I have to, because the Bloodmoon's retreat is just so high. Yeah, I have to put Pech down here. Then we have Judge Fez to try and find Pal Pad. Please. No pad. Okay, so we definitely need help next turn as well then. But we're going to announce Bloodmoon. And Bloodmoon has to be their only win condition here, surely. Maybe Clefairy plus Crispin can beat us. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, and Miraidon can pull stuff out. So I lose to Clefairy, Crispin, or I lose to... Bloodmoon Boss. Restart for 2. They tandem unit after the restart, which is just terrible. They thinner hands. They do have Clefairy. They do have a Bloodmoon. Oh, Bloodmoon the Clefairy Crispin. Look at the damage. Show me the psychic energy. Oh, it's broken. Savage. All because we prize Prime. Otherwise, it's just a non-game. Well, good for them, I guess. Fair enough. Bad beat, I reckon. Bad beat. Man, it's so great that Bot always gets to go first. So many other decks want to go second, and I'm winning enough coin flips that I get to choose. Broken deck. Let's send up the big boy. Good hand. Lots of ball search. Always what we're after. So integral. And it's a Grimsnarl. This should be, in theory, one of our decent matchups. Let's Nest Ball. And we want to make a Fan Rotom. And do I want to make Lati and do the stuff with Teal Mask? Certainly can do. I'd be sacrificing Area 0 in the process. I guess I could get rid of Night Stretcher as well. Yeah, Night Stretcher's fine here. Or I can just do it like this. Yeah, that's fine too, right? Yeah. Just in case we randomly draw our way out. Let's make a mask. And let's take a freebie. Nest can be for another Hoot. We have Area 0 already. We have an attack lined up with Fan next turn. Yeah, I think another Hoot is fine. It's a use them while you have them. Use them before you lose them situation in this matchup. Let's pass. I possibly should have Night Stretchered the Noctowl back, but I know that I already have 0 Crispin as a response to Budju or any other small guy. The only time I don't go Fan Rotom Crispin here is if they like retreat into a monkey or something weird. They're going to go Impedimp Snorunt here. What else they got? Iono, okay. They're able to find Monkey and Vessel. Getting rid of a TM Devo. A couple Dark. Dark to the bench, so no Evo their side. Cool. Right, let's dance. And I think I do want to Crispin. And I don't want to give him free monkeys. I want another Teal Mask in play, just in case they have Defiance Countercatcher. Let's build our Bolt. Another guy steals Teal here. Nice. Get the refund. I think generally I want Latias in play, but it's so likely they just Stadium Bump, and I don't want to get rid of 2 things off this board. So I'll save the Fez until the Fan is knocked out or something. Last debate now is like if I still play around an Itchy Pollen, but I think I can just hit and start that race with a lot of energy floating around this board as well. Even more coming into the hand now. We are threatening a clat of things here. A whole clat of things. They're able to Iono us. They need a lot from the 6 though. There's Frostlass to kick things off for them. in terms of their brain damage. If we can't call it that. Oh no, I think I've started something. Oh dear. Right, good. The brain damage is ticking up. I can't believe I've said that. Right. Let's dance. I think a big bulk KO is fine here. Keep the Hoot around. Take a monkey off the board. Hold Stadium. Yeah. And we'll go to 4. Stadium pickup is always welcome, because we know they play a lot. Everything takes a counter. Just a Morgrim. They are on a bad hand. There's Buddy, though. See an Arven. Box board. Their hand was pretty good, actually. Why don't they just evolve Morgrim? I mean, I guess it's a turn that's free because I'm on even prizes and I have to take one more, but still. Spikemuth can allow us to discard the Noctowl. That counts catching it. Yep. There's the Adrenabrain. Setting up Bolt for a KO with the Grim later. And the Pollen. They still don't want to... interesting. Well, we're holding on to a lot of items, huh? Who knew? Attach, Retreat, Burst Roar's on my mind right now. Attach, Retreat, Burst Roar, getting rid of all of our stadiums. I could bounce with the jamming, I guess. I would lose 3 Night Stretchers in the process. And I do want Night Stretchers for Grass Energies. That's the only issue, right? So maybe it's just Attach Pass for now. 2, 4, 5 energy. 5 grass of 6. I think it's Attach Pass, honestly. Your opponent gets some more Shroud damage. The Dreadabrain comes in. They continue to set up the bolts. They do allow us to get out of Phantom, which we appreciate. And they also give us a fresh hand. We had a debatable turn, but with a overall solid outcome, I think. Even though we're leaking a bit. We're getting a bit leaky here. Man, they're taking a massive risk. I could just boss next turn. They gave us a fresh hand. There's no guarantee that I can't just boss this guy now. Wow. I mean, I can't, but, you know, what if I could? Let's rev up the bolts. And get out of here. Last time we turn attached to the active, we got ourselves in a lot of trouble, so I think I'm holding energy. Unless I want it on the Noctowl, but probably not, right? Because they have Shroud to 8, Itchy Pollen to 9, Shroud to 10. Because yeah, Shroud happens twice. So let's just Bellow. Get rid of the fighting. This was their one turn of wiggle room. The Shroud is ticking up. They're about to have their freebie Noctowl prize. Taking out Hoothoot is now valuable for them. Iona's constantly getting better. There's a second freezing Shroud, so their brain damage is really picking up. Yes, I know I need to stop that. See, Spikemuth. It is Grimsnarl, so they might be coming in now. There's an Impy. Can they win over 2 Grimsnarl attacks here? They can take this out. That gets KO'd for free, and they can start setting up the Hootoots. Actually, they can take out Hoothoot, right, with 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they take the Hoothoot, and I guess they have to take the Bolt as well. If they have Counter Catcher, they can win in 2. Because this gets tickled down for free. Hoothoot is KO'd for free with Bullet this turn. And yeah, the damage is ticking up. It's just that next turn they have to find Candy, Grim, Countercatcher to make it all happen. So they kept Hoothoot around just so they could finish off the active. Okay, I guess that's reasonable. Here comes the Shroud. That's Noctowl dealt with. So they go to 3. I think I'm just out of range of hit points, though, am I not? Probably shouldn't get rid of Petch just in case they have a random corner trap. It's probably this. Eight, 9, 10. So these all have 110, and they can go down to 110 down to 80 each, and they can go monkey, monkey. So if they make third monkey energy, they can still do it. They need Candy, Grim, Monkey Energy. Okay. It is scary. It's definitely scary. This is what I want to do, but then I have no guarantee of grass energy. I have Night Stretcher, I have Fezandipiti, I have so many outs. I think I just do this most powerful play and just tell myself it's the most winningest line. Let's put down some men. And let's draw one from Mew before judging. Okay, that's nice. So KO plus Hand Disrupt is about as good as it gets for me. Got rid of the stadium as well. Let's CR3. I don't know why I'm saying so much that they need, because the Noctowl's going down for free for them, isn't it? Yeah. So was me attacking with a Bolt better than judging? Probably was, actually, right? I was so fixated on them needing Gust, but obviously they don't, because this is getting ticked down to 7, then 9, then the monkey finishes that for free. So, we're still in danger. But they do need to find Candy Grim. It may have been better for me to try big bolting here, though. Then they would need Countercatcher as well. Their one Candy get down. Their brain damage is significant. Ultra Ball. Is that good enough? They have Iono. They have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Their monkey gets to 100. So they're 10 damage off win. So they're punting for a prize to see a win con. Did we survive? Did we take the wrong line and get the right outcome? Scary. Yeah, we're just about there. Very good. That was probably a bad end game from me. probably Sada attach was better than just attacking with a Teal there. They had a 5-card hand. The thing is, like, they played the way they played based on what they had in hand, right? That's the only, like, justification. But yeah, that's Raging Bolt. It's, I don't know. I still don't love playing this deck ever, to be honest. Still feels so vulnerable. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but every time I pick up the deck, I don't feel like I enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts on Bolt down below, though, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Cheers.